If it was you or you knew anybody that was expecting J. Cole to drop a project on January 28th, his birthday, I'm happy the disappointment came. No project was dropped. Y'all were tweaking and reaching with these clues and theories that would have pushed an album out. But this isn't about J. Cole. Let's bring the spotlight back to Benny the Butcher featuring J. Cole, produced by the Alchemist himself, Johnny P's Caddy. By the way, we need to have Benny the Butcher, J. Cole, and the Alchemist in that title when it comes to this track. I'm not a hardcore Alchemist fan, but if I don't want to have to search for the production to find out, oh, it was the Alchemist. I know, bit of a tangent off the rip. But with that, the song is actually sampling Dexter Wenzel's theme from The Planets. Sorry if I butchered his last name. If you haven't checked it out and you want to see how Alchemist flipped the track, go right ahead. It's an enjoyable experience. When I've heard the song, I'm like, this has this vintage feel to it. And it reminds me of, yep, there we go. It was produced by The Alchemist. Of course it was. And with that, whether you're listening to it now, you didn't know that before, hey, pause the video, go back, listen to the sample, listen to the song, come back over here. But the overall feel of the track is boastful and calm. This isn't gonna get your heart racing. You're not gonna speed down the the highway listening to this. But it's definitely a nice tune, whether you sparking up and just having a casual time. Excellent background music and great attention to the lyricism. Now, this isn't gonna break your ear. It's gonna cause you to pause anything and be like, whoa, that right there might just have been bar of the year. But it's enough to, capture the imagination. And Benny starting off, by the way, anytime I see Sopranos, any Soprano reference, if I had a rating system, it's a 9 out of 10. I want you guys to understand that. But again, Benny the Butcher starts off reflective on his story from rags to riches, about how I mastered the physics. Simple rhymes right there. But basically has come up trapping, dealing with all the hardships he's had to do. And it isn't, super technical and in-depth where you're going down memory lane and you're having a whole movie panned out. But, with coasting the beat, reminiscing on it and seeing the position that he is today keeps the flow nice. A track that stood out for me, not because it was something that this is verse of the year worthy, but in the game, I used to train like Rocky catching chickens. I was like, all right, that caught my ear. Now, I've never watched a Rocky movie, but I enjoy running after chickens. So I just sort of got that imagery of me chasing after chickens and the fact that I've never watched a Rocky movie to be like, okay, my ears caught on to that. Do whatever you want with that information. I'm just giving you my experience. But again, and the fact that I mentioned imagery and, to the music videos a bit, it gives off a reflective, introspective vibe, you could say. And he even says it himself. One thing that he's accomplished and people will recognize him for is my ability to turn words to imagery. Probably the reason they go remember me. Yeah, best believe that. Real rap fans, people that love hip hop, they're gonna remember you. They understand Griselda right now. And I'm saying that because, there's this feeling, even though it's boastful, that Benny still feels he might be underrated. I don't even like to use the term underrated, but whether it's himself or Griselda doesn't have the respect they rightfully deserve. And again, this is conflicting because where are you expecting the respect? If it's from the social media blogs and sites, the complexes, you want them front headlines, they're not going to do it. Especially if you're an artist that isn't directly signed to a major label getting paid pennies. They don't want to promote you. They don't want to promote the independent route. That's understandable. And, towards the end verses of his verse, wow. Take that how you will. Again, he talks about Griselda, that he is definitely a crucial and valid part of the group. I don't think nobody ever questioned that, himself included. But hey, we got to have some bars in here, right? And just, the obstacles they all collectively had to go through. And then for, I guess, the people that feel their success was by them helping the group out. I don't know. As I replayed this song a couple of times, I'm just trying to think of any conflict Benny has had specifically with any group, management, labels. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to just take these lyrics for what they are. Then we got Cole. We got J. Cole back from folding clothes to saying he's the best rapper alive. This is everything we've needed. I'm happy he's still on the same wavelength that he did when he finished the off season last year. Please, I didn't want him to go back to folding clothes or nothing like that. He's still aggressive. And a callback to Benny the Butcher's verse on, the ability to turn words to imagery. That's the best way to summarize this J. Cole's whole entire portion on this track. Sort of giving this grand imagery going through my head on how he was born the night it was raining. There was a thunderstorm. There was light striking, power outage, sparks was flying. I'm able to just, sort of see what a J. Cole being born. No, that came out terrible. Not him being born to this world as a baby, but just sort of, I don't know, I guess envisioning a storm, hospital lights going out. Am I just being too imaginative? Yes, I am. But with that, it is a callback for the third verse where he says the real one's here, the young boy that walk with lions. Lions being a callback to his Simba singles. I think the trilogy of Simba tracks, we understand the lion references and comparisons that J. Cole has compared himself to and that we understand throughout, the entirety of his career. Ironically enough, like I said in the beginning of this video, the track dropping on his birthday and his verse referencing his birthday himself. It's just some great planning from J. Cole. Great what's the word? Yeah, just great callback on his end. I feel there's a bit of lore in here. I could definitely listen to this and be like, connect the dots over here, connect the dots over there. And I'll get to it towards the end. But of course, calling out the fakeness in the industry, the people that are getting gassed up, and they ain't no shooter, they ain't no killers. This tangent, he comes off not too teacher-like, not too therapeutic with it, but in a way where, he's sending shots. He's shooting a couple bullets to the game. But the part that's a bit off is whenever he says he's reviving the game. Of course, I'm trying to revive a sports that's dying. This is something till the day I drop in the grave. Rap has never been in a state, to me, that it's been dying. Are there evolutions? Are there sonic levels to where you're not going to emphasize lyricism over production? Yes, we've seen it firsthand. I'm on the younger side, 23. Maybe a 40-year-old will have a different perspective completely, but I acknowledge the change. I embrace the new artists, and we still, listen, if J. Cole's still rapping, the rap game ain't dying. I don't even want to say Kendrick because this man ain't dropping like 5 years. But if J. Cole's still rapping, especially at the caliber he's been this past year and a half, how can rap ever be dead? Before I start going off and listing Freddie Gibbs, Griselda in its entirety, the fact that you're on a song with Benny the Butcher and you're speaking about having to revive the rap game, this feels dated, man. This feels dated. This gives me the same vibes whenever Joey Badass dropped the light pack and he's already emphasizing how this is mumble rap extermination. Let's get a move with it. Come on, it's in the past. It's too late for this. Well, going on from there, the religious callbacks. I'm probably going to go to hell if Jesus asked for a feature. By the way, is your feature priceless? Is your feature not involving Jesus for any other reason? How much is a J. Cole feature besides the breakdown we did for that one verse? But Jesus can't afford it. Again, I'm going too deep with this, but I'm bragging about all the money he has. Again, this track is boastful, it's reflective, it's calming. We get some jabs, and it's just an overall good vibe. And I think the key part here, on God, the best rapper alive. I fucking love to hear that. I mean, at this point, Cole, the way you're going, you could go with the best rapper of the year. I'm not gonna turn this into a debate on where he is on top 5, Mount Rushmore, so none of that bullshit. But from folding clothes to the best rapper alive, I'm buying your album. I'm buying a vinyl copy right now just from hearing that verse. And that's it. That would sort of be my breakdown, my thoughts. Again, these are a bit more raw. I don't want to give you a concise 2 paragraphs about their whole entire history, how they met up, so on and so forth. Just how I usually talk in real life. Now, with this is credit to everybody that works with J. Cole. Again, I don't want to use the internet as a standard to, an artist's position, especially in hip hop, especially how there's so large amount of just ridiculous opinions and statements that fall on no solid foundation. But for him to give J. Cole his flowers. And I'll quote this. I believe he was interviewed by Rolling Stone, but just for this specific track. Any rapper will tell you when you're working with someone like Cole, it's like a match of wits. You got to go crazy because you know he is. Iron sharpens irons. You want it to be an environment where someone has the presence to push you. With that, I'm definitely spinning this every day. Nonstop, no, but at least once a day, whatever I'm listening to, if I'm not listening to music, I play this song and I just live a happy, enjoyable life right afterwards. This is it for this breakdown review. However, I'm shaping it to be, and I'm out. Drink some water. Take care.